Michael Pachter, do you realize that every single time you make a stupid-ass prediction with no basis whatsoever, it just makes you non-credible and nobody takes you seriously? I have no idea what the f you're talking about.
Welcome home.
Alright, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, recently Michael Pachter said that Elder Scrolls 6 is coming in 2019. He stated this in an article at GameIndustry.biz, and wow, things like this are just, it just blows my mind how out of touch people are and how little they actually analyze things as analysts. So here's why Michael Pachter thinks that Elder Scrolls 6 is coming in 2019. The flop of Fallout 76 makes a hit more essential for Bethesda, and I expect them to accelerate development of Elder Scrolls 6. That's literally, that's his basis for this prediction. That may be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I just want to point out, this is the same guy that predicted that the Elder Scrolls 6 was going to release in 2016, and then also predicted that it was going to come out in 2017. I mean, one of these years he has to be right, because he's just predicting that it's going to come out every single year at this point, which... it's so ridiculous to me. So I'm going to tell you here right in this video why this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. First off, we already know Starfield is a passion project for Bethesda Game Studios, and that is going to be their next game releasing. That game is apparently already in a playable state, and it also includes new engine upgrades like a new animation engine, at least from what we've heard in past interviews with Todd Howard. We also know that the Elder Scrolls 6 is only in the conceptual phase and is very far off, and they already told us their timeline is Fallout 76, Starfield, and then the Elder Scrolls 6. They openly told us this. And for them to just randomly delay Starfield to release Elder Scrolls 6 in the span of a year, I might add, would just be ridiculous. There is no way that they could develop the Elder Scrolls 6 from conceptual phase to a finished product in the matter of a year. He's saying that it's releasing this year. There is no way Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be developed entirely in 1 year, and if they were to do that, it would be a bigger disaster than Fallout 76, which has been developed since Fallout 4 came out in 2015. That's a 3-year development cycle. So if it took them 3 years to develop Fallout 76, I'm sorry, but it is the dumbest prediction on the planet to say that the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be developed entirely in 1 year and released the same year. It might be the dumbest prediction I've ever seen from anyone, and some people actually believe Michael Pachter's predictions, which he's barely ever right, so I don't understand how he's still in the industry. The reason why I'm so annoyed at this right now is because there are genuine analysts that are very good at their job, but then we have people like this that are just spewing out a bunch of bullshit and making analysts look like a joke. I can tell you that not even Starfield will be releasing in 2019. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. I don't understand how people think Bethesda Game Studios is all of a sudden gonna go from this game studio that has kind of drove their respect into the ground with their recent releases, especially Fallout 76. I mean, think about it, Fallout 76, it can be an okay game at times, but think of how unfinished it is, how buggy it is, and how little of a leap it was from Fallout 4. In fact, I would say in many ways it's a much worse game than Fallout 4. Yet it took them 3 years to develop it, if not longer, because they said that this was supposed to be Fallout 4's multiplayer mode, so it took them about 3 years to develop just that. If you think they're gonna go from a 3+ year development cycle to all of a sudden, bam, they're developing games in the span of 1 year and then releasing them that same year, I don't know what world you're living on. I just wanted to point out this bullshit analyst, and I just want to make it clear, I don't have hate for this guy. Like, I'm not out to get him, but I just think that he is a joke of an analyst. He is not an industry analyst in my book, because everything he says is just bullshit. But I don't know. I just wanted to quickly rant about this because I thought it was hilarious that someone was predicting that Elder Scrolls 6 was coming out in 2019 when there is no chance of that happening. There is nothing that points to that happening, and it's just straight up unrealistic. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. I'd love to see what you all have to say. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please smack that like button down below, subscribe to join the good fight if you haven't already, and ring the bell icon to stay updated on all of my latest videos. It would be super greatly appreciated as always. And until next time, this is Epoxy signing off.